Hello, welcome back, Felix here. Tonight on Storm Clear, we're going to be talking about the weather. It's been a crazy day. Storm Babette will be one of the worst storms to ever hit the UK. I knew this from the start, that this was a big storm, before even the Met Office had it on their radar. I was looking at the worldwide radar, and you could just see the intensity, where it was going. It was going over Perusian areas, mild, very warm air, collecting a lot of moisture. Now, I didn't really think it would reach a red, but I knew it would reach amber. I wasn't expecting the wind to be as strong as it is, but that's only because of where it's hit. So, it's obviously a red rain, amber wind, pretty significant. If it reaches a red wind, it'll be the worst storm in UK's history. A storm hit the south coast of Cornwall in 1865, which was the worst storm in history, with 165 mph winds. Scotland's technically at 175.9. However, that wasn't during a storm. That was during just a very windy day. 1987. It wasn't throughout the storm, but it's a bit odd, isn't it? Apparently it might have been through some microburst or something, so it doesn't technically count as a storm. So it's the only reason it's an amber wind is because the direction. Otherwise, it will probably still be an amber. But Scotland's used to the strong winds. When anything reaches over 60, is when they get a yellow weather warning. So technically, they would kind of still be in that range, but from 60 it very quickly goes up to 75 for a yellow. But because of the wind direction, it all changes round and everything. But looking at some pictures, there's significant wind damage, mostly to the trees and roofs of buildings, because obviously the direction is different. Here, the wind goes in a 360-degree angle in 4 hours. The wind's literally going that fast. It goes from north to west, anti-clockwise in 30 minutes, and then from west to south in 2 hours, and south to east in 15 minutes, and then whatever the rest of the time is from that 4 hours. I think it's hour and 15 minutes. It switches from east to north again, and it does that twice in that day. The next time is about 6 hours. That's insane. So we could have a bit of damage from that, because trees are going to be caught off guard by it changing so quickly. We are forecast to get some incredibly heavy rainfall on Monday, from another storm system moving in. There's another storm system moving in for the Thursday. It is a big one. It's the same size as Babette. The rainfall shouldn't be as bad. Technically here, I've experienced some of the strongest winds in modern UK history. 104 miles per hour. Other than that, in modern UK history, which is about 50 years they class it as, there was 1987. No, the only other time was in what was the other time? It was in earlier this year, when it reached 135 on a hill. 120, sorry. No weather warning is issued, just 120 miles per hour. So technically, weather warning wise, I have experienced the strongest winds in modern UK history. Rainfall wise, I have experienced some of the heaviest. Not the heaviest, but some of the heaviest. We had no weather warnings issued, apart from a yellow for about 2 hours, sorry. The only reason Scotland's got a red is because of the direction of the wind, and the fact that they've had so much rain recently, and the fact that they've, the area it's hitting obviously a rather populated area. Obviously it's already killed one person, sadly. So that's why. So we've got some very heavy rain, because here the cloud comes in very, very low. You could have something, and it's only about 100 feet above sea level, but it'd be completely thick fog, mist. So you take that into account. Generally, when it's heavy rain, it's about 150 feet. We're about, or maybe 200 feet. Because of just, I don't know why it's so bad, but it's always like that. We're going till Monday, we are getting that, but we're about 350 feet above sea level. So you got heavy rain building up against, well, some of the tallest peaks in the county that we're on. So we're going to get some incredibly heavy rainfall for quite a long amount of time. But because we've only really had drizzles for the last week with the odd heavy shower, we really aren't getting any weather warnings. We've got some flood alerts issued, but I mean it's not as bad as Scotland. So this will be this is the biggest weather event in modern UK history for rain. Wind isn't that bad. The winds are topping at 80, but because of the wind direction, it's causing a lot of damage. And they said this sort of storm system is a once in a lifetime, but they said that for Storm Eunice. And well, they said we'd never get a red weather warning again. 2 years later, well, she was that. So about 6 months later, there was another red. So this storm would occur about every 50 years. So I should experience one in my lifetime, and I really hope I do. It's obviously sad that the effects of it. Just seeing nature and its power is quite nice. But yeah, I've had the same level of intensity rain. It's literally because the geography. The only reason they've got it so bad is because the mountains literally blocks all the cloud. The air rises rapidly, I see rapid condensing, cooling, etc. It doesn't stop raining for like 30 hours heavy. Like I said, we've had heavier rain and all of this, this. So, pardon me. Yeah. It's interesting. I really like the weather, if you can't tell. The weather's nice. But, yeah, like I said, the wind we've experienced some of the strongest. I realise we haven't actually had a red snow. We haven't had red flooding. So I've only ever experienced one red flood warning. I've never experienced red snow warnings, thunderstorm warnings, fog warnings, ice warnings, snow, rain, thunderstorms, tornado, hurricane. So they're kind of in with the wind and rain. I've only experienced one. I've listed about 10 different possible. Scotland has had 7 reds in all of those categories. They haven't had a red in thunderstorm, tornado, or hurricane. So, and I mean, the UK will probably never get a red hurricane like the next 100 years until the sea temperatures really ramp up, maybe 50, and by that point, then Scotland will get them. So that rules out that. Tornadoes, you can't predict them. Microbursts was another one, but again, you can't predict them. And thunderstorms, I don't think the UK will ever get a red thunderstorm warning. Although I did say we never get an amber, but we did. So we probably could. But in the future, if we get a red for anything, I'm travelling to that location to experience that storm. And I'll do some sort of live stream on the channel of the actual weather event taking place. And then we'll take a trusty chainsaw out to chop off any debris. We'll take a rake to unblock drains. We'll take caution tape, cones, signage, just warning people of the floods and debris and all of that. If there's cables down, we'll tape it all off, and basically we're like our own mini work crew station, just going around. So yeah, this storm is a once in a lifetime, and like I said, they say that all the time, but it never is. But what they actually mean is it's a once in a lifetime thing for that area. So, but I really doubt it is. So, yeah, with climate change, I will get to experience that, and I will do a live stream on it and all of that. But like I said, there's a big storm coming Thursday. Incredibly heavy rainfall, rather strong winds. It's currently heading for the Midlands, to around the area, like top area of the southwest. It's literally hitting us, just. So, we'll see what we get, but they shortened the rainfall for some areas of Scotland by 4 hours, but then they shifted it southwest, which is why the weather warning was extended. So really, they should be shrinking that weather warning, but they're not. Their flood defences are going to top by almost 3 metres. That's how much higher the flooding will be. So they're expecting flooding of about 6 metres. Their flood defences can take about 3.5. But they predicted their original calculations were at 4.5 metres, but now, so like I said, they're at 6. So they're probably going to climb to like 7. It'll burst the riverbanks. They're literally booting people out of their houses. 6 hours ago it was stay indoors. 4 hours ago it was, if you're in a red weather warning area, evacuate. And now they're saying, like, it's a mandatory evacuation order. But like I said, mountains always get the red weather warnings for rain. So if I ever move, it'd be to a mountainous area with lots of trees, strong winds, dirt roads, cheap land. So I can build my little mountain bike course and have a Lego house and room and all that. A lot of trees and wildlife. And the racetrack. Thank you very much for watching, like I said, it's not good what's happening with these storms. I like the storms itself, but as long as people don't get in the way, they're just amazing. But when people get in the way, I mean, who on earth is, like, next to a river in a storm? It's a little bit silly. I mean, they could have slipped and fallen in, I guess, but they don't have any fear because they experience it so much. But that's what happened in one place, and it killed thousands of people because they didn't have any fear, because they'd experienced it all before, and in the past they said it'd be really bad and it wasn't, and none of them listened, and then pretty much all of them got killed. That's what they're concerned is going to happen in this one, which is why they've made it mandatory evacuation orders. Incredibly rare for it to be mandatory evacuation orders. Incredibly rare. Now, the jet stream's at a very unique spot, and this is why it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, because the winds are coming from the east because of a stubborn high-pressure system. So, most of the weather should really be hitting West Scotland and Wales, but when that eastern rarity occurs, eastern Scotland gets it bad. So I'm picking my spot between different bits and bobs. Ireland have it bad, but I don't want to go over there. Yeah, there's not enough, area of, isolation. Wales and Scotland, or mountain areas of England is where I'm off to, I'd say, in 20-30 years. For now, I'll put up with this. We generally do get about 3 storms a year which reach amber level, which is pretty high, but nothing at the moment. I just think Scotland's just experiencing a bit of a spike at the moment. Most of the UK is. The big storms are coming when that high pressure system's in. If that high pressure system wasn't here, we'd be experiencing pretty much all of this. It'd be the west coast of Scotland with the red weather warning. It'd be the entire west coast, all in the southwest, but it's shifted to the other side because of the high pressure. So, it's a bit annoying. I never really like high pressure, no offence to it, but it's warm, it's always in the way, it's stubborn. It messes up my storms I could be experiencing. You see, I could be experiencing amber rain and amber wind warnings at the moment, but high pressure nicked it. But then I did experience Eunice, so I can't experience everything, and I will get the chance in the future, but I guess I have to be patient, be lucky with what I've experienced, and like I said, I will get that chance in the future, because I'll be able to travel more easily. My 2 things are weather and Lego. That's what I'm interested in. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.